everyone, and welcome to the Rain or Shine Sports Network. I'm your host, Tom Sotera. Tonight, I've got a cast of characters. My son Robbie is with me. Rob Burns, our local coach slash teacher, and Tyler Gaston, athletic director, somewhere in Eastern Oregon. Anyway, glad to have you guys here. We're going to be talking about some college football to start with, and then move on to some pro football, looking at the big college football playoffs starting tomorrow, actually, is the first games. How's everybody doing tonight? Anybody? How's anybody doing tonight?
We're living.
It's all good here.
All good. All good.
Good. It's coming to an end. I got 2 weeks in Arizona at my parents' winter home, and I only got 3 days left. So that stinks, but it's been good.
And Robbie's down in Albany, Oregon again, and so he's loving every minute of it as well, I can tell. So, all right, let's take a look as we get into this. Let me pull up my... all right, first game on the docket. We have the Miami Hurricanes against the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl tomorrow, 4:30. Ohio State's favored by 9.5. Over-under is 40.5. Tyler, you're up first in this one. What do you think?
I think Ohio State. I just don't think Miami has the offense, to be honest with you. Ohio State's good on both sides of the ball. You know, you watch the Miami first round game. They can play defense. They can play, but they're going to need to score to do something in this game. They just don't have enough offense. I almost am kind of one of those guys that while Miami beat them, I kind of feel like Notre Dame had a better shot to maybe win this game. And maybe because of the past history and, Big Ten matchup or Midwest matchup, even though, Notre Dame's really an independent. But I just don't see Miami having the offense to get it done. And I expect it to be about 30-14, 30-17 maybe, if Miami gets that many.
All righty. Okay. Rob, how about you? What do we think here? Rob, yeah.
Oh, there we are. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
No. To be honest with you, Ohio State has been pretty much the number one team in the polls since the get-go. Indiana played a hell of a game to beat them in the Big Ten title game, and what are you supposed to do when you lose all your coordinators and you have 14 draft picks and a ton of people leave your program? And they may actually be better, which is actually a weird thing to say, but they finally got the monkey off their back from to beat Michigan.
Yep.
This is a team that's, they're number two only because Indiana is number one. So you can pretty much point at any direction. Their defense is phenomenal, probably one of the top defenses in the nation, and it's going to be. Miami's got a nice offense, but it doesn't. The ACC is not the Big Ten.
Yeah, no, I totally agree there. I think you're going to see the stars out for Ohio State with Julian Sain and Bo Jackson and Jeremiah Smith. I think you're going to see fireworks from the offensive end. I don't think Miami's going to be able to keep up with them. And I think Ohio State's defense is a lot better as well. If you look through, they didn't give up a lot of points. I think they're only giving up like 9 points a game, I think is what it was. First in the 8.2 points a game. That's pretty good. Second in the nation. Miami has it down as 13, but I think Ohio State plays a little bit tougher schedule too. So I got Ohio State winning this one, probably like 38-17. That's what I'm thinking. Robbie?
Yeah, I got Ohio State as well. I got like 30. I'm going to go a little bit closer than what you were saying. I'm going to go 34-31.
Okay,
I think
34
shootout.
34-30? Is that what you said?
34-31.
Okay. All right. Next game is Texas Tech versus Oregon, the Orange Bowl, New Year's Day, 9 a.m. Oregon's favored by 2.5. Over-under is 51.5. Tyler, we've got Rob. Start on this one. What do you think about
Oh,
this one?
right now Texas Tech is that's a nice run for them. I mean, pretty much everybody likes likes the coach Joey McGuire. It's kind of a fun little story. But I just think Oregon is just well too packed in to, excuse me, pun intended, too packed in to be to allow Texas Tech to get rolling at Autzen Stadium. So again, this is another to me. This is another top defense that's going to stifle another well heated offense. So Oregon definitely has the advantage of this one.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. With Oregon winning, I as I dove a little bit deeper into it, and you look at the stats, and again, but it's the different thing of playing in the ACC against compared to the Big Ten as well. So um, I think the schedule's a little bit more that way, and I got probably a 31-20 game on this one with Oregon winning. Robbie.
I got Oregon as well,
Okay.
but I got 28-17.
28-17. All right, Tyler.
Two things now that they're in the final four games, they're not playing at home anymore. They're not at
Right.
Outson, right? The Orange
Yep.
Bowl's at the Orange Bowl.
Yep. Yep.
No,
So you might have
no,
some
no, no.
Southern.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no, no. Indiana has the Rose Bowl. Sorry.
No, I mean
Indiana
the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, this is the
Orange
Bowl
Bowl.
here.
Oh yeah, my
this is
bad.
the
Sorry about
Orange Bowl.
that.
Yep. Yep.
But anyways, no big deal. I think Texas Tech is, boy, very, 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 very good. In fact, if I were to take a team to win the whole thing based on money line and return on your investment, I'd be taking Texas Tech. Um, you know, I would think their strength of schedule is actually stronger. You would look at Oregon thinking in the Big Ten that they would have played a lot more than um, the Big 12, not the ACC, but the Big 12.
Right.
But, when you look at who the Oregon really played, Northwestern, Rutgers, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Penn State. I'm not saying Penn State's not talented. It did take them double overtime. It's not your Big Ten teams that are the ones that are the powerhouses, whereas, Texas Tech had to beat Utah, top 15, BYU twice, top 10, Houston, top 15, Kansas State, Kansas. I think their strength of schedule is stronger. They're both 1-2 in points allowed in the first half, or I should say point differential in the first half. Texas Tech number one and Oregon number two. So they're teams that come out and they bury people early, and they're strong on both sides of the ball. Very strong defense. The thing that's really cool about Texas Tech, we remember those days of Graham Harrell or a thousand different quarterbacks throwing it around with Mike Leach and the boys and having no defense and outscoring people 60-48 or whatever. That's not this Texas Tech team. It's not Grandpa's Texas Tech team. There are a solid team. I have Texas Tech winning the ball game. It's going to be close, and there's no BS about it. They have a chance to win the whole thing. They're that good.
Okay. All right. All right. Next one. Oh, where did that go? There we go. The Rose Bowl, 1:00 on January 1st. Alabama at Indiana. Indiana is the what a year. I mean, to start with, anyway. Um, and same deal here. I mean, battle tested. I mean, Alabama. It's just Alabama. That's kind of the whole thing with this thing is 3 losses. Ty Simpson and Fernando. I think it could be a good matchup. It's going to be the running game from Indiana, I believe, that's going to have to win this over. Though I think offensively, Alabama can be right with them, but I think the running game is where Indiana can beat Alabama. I think this one may come down to a 2-point conversion at the end. I'm going to go Alabama 28, Indiana's Cinderella season ends 27. Robbie.
Well, I'm going to oppose you already. I got Indiana taking it, 31-28.
Ooh, okay. You're really quiet, Rob. You might be able to turn it up just a hair. Sorry. Tyler.
I still don't know. This is the one that I can't make a decision on for all the million different reasons. Oh, they shouldn't be in at 9-3, 3 losses, and then we say that about a team, and they go out and prove us wrong every year in the playoffs, right?
Right.
But as far as the kids believing, everything's going Indiana's way. This is a team where this is the best story in college football coaching history. He coached with Saban. He got overlooked for OC or for coordinator jobs over and over and over, to where he went to Nowheresville to go be a top dog and have that belief in himself. And he's in that locker room telling those guys that this is the evil empire, so to speak.
Right.
And he hasn't done anything wrong in 2 years. Why wouldn't they believe in it? It's just more added stuff. But as you say all that stuff, I don't like. He rubs me the wrong way. I shouldn't say that. It's just his personality, but the arrogance, the hubris that goes along with him. I still believe he's getting the guys ready, and he's not, letting all that hoopla keep him from doing his job. But I just kind of feel like there's a slice of humble pie coming his way as well. So I just really don't know what to think. But I'll go. I'm going to go with Indiana by a couple. It could be a blowout. It could be 2 points. I don't know, but I'll take Indiana. This one I really don't know though.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob.
I'm going to go with Indiana on this one as well. I know it's kind of chalk, with the board here, but the one thing I've really enjoyed, other than seeing Mendoza take what he learned at Cal and has definitely become a graduate student at Indiana, and on the offense, is the way the defense for Indiana really kind of can set the tone without blitzing.
Yeah.
Oregon had was it about 12 or 13 sacks in their 13 games? Like 5 or 6 of them came against Indiana in October. Ohio State had what was it, 11 going into the Big Ten? Had 11 coming out of the Big Ten title game. 5 of them came from Indiana. Indiana is their ability to pressure the quarterback and make them make mistakes has been an absolute key to their run so far, and I don't see any different. Alabama's offensive line has been makeshift from the get go. They got studs. Don't get me wrong, they got studs there. But when you're shuffling 9, 10 different guys in there throughout the season, I'm not too sure if they've even found their cohesion. And that's a tough thing to actually say against Alabama, which has, when it was with Saban and all the run that he had, you knew that their offensive and defensive lines were solid from start to finish. You can't say that about this team with the Boyer. So I'm going to go Indiana. I haven't given any scores, so I'm just going to say Indiana wins.
All right. All right. Moving on to the last game of the night, the Sugar Bowl, 5 o'clock game here on the West Coast. Anyway, we're here on the West Coast, so I know a lot of the people that have kind of talked about this a little bit have been back on the East Coast and some of my posts that I've had. So maybe this East Coast, West Coast bias stuff, maybe it'll come out in some of these streams along the way. But we got Georgia at Ole Miss. Georgia favored by 6.5. Oops, jumped ahead. Let's see, Tyler. You first
I don't
on
think
this one.
I don't think a lot is going Ole Miss's way right now. It's not just the loss of coach; it's the opponent. They both have one loss, but when you look at Ole Miss's loss, it was against Georgia,
Yep.
and to lose that game, they lost the fourth quarter, 17-0. To lose, kind of a shootout, 43-15, but they lost the quarter that mattered, 17-0, and that's just sitting on their minds that we got dominated, or we would have been one of those four teams with a bye. But with their coach gone, just that lack of belief, a little bit, importance, lack of cohesion, a little bit, importance, I would say. I got Georgia winning this ball game.
All right, Rob.
Yeah, I see it Georgia's way as well. I mean, Ole Miss is, that's just a tough, basically a tough set of circumstances for them over the last several weeks, and I'm stoked that they were able to get into the playoffs. They won last week, but unfortunately, Georgia really has the guns and the offense to be able to kind of fly through there. Um, Ole Miss's defense isn't bad, but I just think Georgia's offense, especially with Gunnar Stockton as at quarterback, is a phenomenal is a phenomenal offense. In fact, I wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia is in the national title game coming out of their side of the bracket.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I totally agree. When you look at stats, I mean, offensively, especially the Ole Miss has is way over. I mean, Georgia's 31 points a game. Rebels are 37, 498 yards, 18th in the nation to Georgia's 58th, 312 passing yards a game to 220. Um, but again, I think it's just too much Georgia. I really do. I think it's going to be a good game, though. I really do. I think it's 27-24, but I think Georgia's going to do it. Losing the coach is a huge thing, and you can say what
Do
you want, but
they got to keep the offensive coordinator, even though he's going with him? Is that correct?
I thought originally I thought they said anybody that was going wasn't going to stay. I wasn't. They didn't want to
I
stay.
think
So
they reverted back and they're
okay,
letting him coach,
okay,
even though he's going with them. But
yeah.
foot
How
out the
about
door, it's hard to listen.
how about players? I didn't even look to see if there was a bunch of players that were already going to be leaving if they weren't going to play in the bowl
Well,
game
that
or
was the
not.
reason why they wanted. That's the reason why they put that clock on him, is they
Yeah,
didn't want him around recruiting his
sure.
most talented players, to go to LSU. But they will be going there.
Oh yeah, yeah they will.
Hmm.
Yeah they will.
You're talking about Charlie Weiss Jr., right,
Yeah,
Tyler?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
Okay,
Yep, yep.
okay.
Yeah, he stayed though, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Did-
stayed.
Yeah.
It's I don't I didn't care for it. I thought they should have stuck to their guns and told those coaches, hey, if you're leaving, bye.
Well,
So,
and
but
and they do need to change the clock, man. They've got
they
to get
do.
it. All of these
hmm
coaches are talking about it now. You got to end your season this first week of January and be done with it. And now we can go ahead and move on and have those last bowl games. Have the championship be this coming weekend, and that's it. That way, everything can they can do with that. But it is kind of crappy that the school would even say, "Hey, we need you to sign now. We don't. I don't want to keep this under wraps. We need you to be here right away." So,
It's funny. Even though Lane Kiffin's not young anymore, as far as the established big time coaches, he still seems like the young guy.
right.
It wouldn't. I wouldn't see a Saban or these kind of guys that talk about the problems with NIL, the problem with portal, the problem with all this doing this. But you can see Lane Kiffin just like, oh, I found an issue and I'm going to prove it to you. It's like he loves this game, and that's the thing that annoys me about him. Get
Yeah.
off Twitter, but whatever.
Yeah. Robbie, what do you have on this one?
I have Georgia taking the game 24 or 34-24.
34-24. Okay. So that's going to wrap up the college games for the for New Year's Day, anyway. So let's take a look at the pro games, Week 18 pro games. So it isn't the college season. I realize that's a big thing, but there's only a few meaningful games this weekend. There's a lot of teams that are playing that it really doesn't matter anything. The first one, though, Carolina and Tampa Bay. Carolina 8-8, Tampa Bay 7-9. This is a winner to the playoffs, loser to go home. And Robbie, I think I've got you a first on this one. What do you think?
So those of you that have been watching our weekly thing, there's been a big question that I ask about almost every matchup. It's what version are we going to see? And in this case, it's Tampa Bay. Carolina, we're getting what we get from Carolina. They've been playing great almost all season. Had a couple mishaps, but I I just think that Carolina has a little bit more to play for than Tampa Bay does, even though they're both win now kind of thing. But I still have Carolina winning this game 28-24.
All right, Tyler.
If you call 8-8 great, then please great.
Hey, what were they last season?
Well, fine. I guess my deal with this is you got Baker Mayfield questionable, if you can believe that, with the knee in the right shoulder. I guarantee you're going to put some drugs in him, and the biggest drug he's going to get is the speed and fear of adrenaline when you see those guys coming at you. And once he does play the game, you're not going to see much of a drop off, in my opinion. I guess so. Knowing that Baker Mayfield, I don't care about the Q next to his name. He's going to play. The thing that scares me is his blindside left tackle is also questionable, which means that's a real injury. Not that Mayfield's not really hurt, but I guess my deal is with all the chips on the line, who would I rather have? Would I rather have Bryce Young or Baker Mayfield? Now, I know Mayfield can go out and throw some picks. I know he can, he's that kind of guy. He's the Matthew Stafford that we used to talk about before he finally got one. But he can also go for, 372, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, and win a game by 2 points. I guess if I were to a gambling man, and I am a gambling man, I'm not a huge fan of Mayfield, but I would want his balls in this situation than Bryce Young, and I think that he's the right pick when it's all on the line.
Okay, so you got the Bucks. Rob?
Let's just say this: do we really want a three-way 8-9 play, tiebreaker to decide the NFC South? Ugh. I mean, really,
Sounds
if you
like a
look at it,
mess.
yeah, it is a mess. And thank you, Atlanta, for beating the Rams on Monday to help create this. But I say that mostly because hey, when the Rams lose, that's always fun. I think you Seahawk fans are just as much a fan of that as everybody else.
Sure.
Um, but let's be honest. I don't think anybody really wants to. I don't think anybody wants to do any math at 4:30 o'clock. Excuse me, 4:30 o'clock on Sunday before the Aaron Rodgers retirement game. So you know what? Let's go with I'm going to go with Carolina, mostly because I think Dowdle and the Carolina running game should be able to control the ball enough against Tampa Bay, and the Carolina defense probably force just enough mistakes out of the offense to be able to pull up the victory.
Is Dowdle who I call Uncle Rico? Uncle Rico
Yep,
plays
yep.
running back?
Yes,
Well,
he
Uncle
is.
Rico's
Yes.
questionable too, so he's not his best either. He can probably still throw it over those mountains, however.
Yeah.
So Tampa Bay started hot, if you remember. I mean, Baker was in the MVP talk at the first half of the season. I mean, it was that good. Finally got their receivers back about 5 weeks ago. Godwin came back, and Evans came back, and they haven't won a game since.
Ever since they came back, it's just kind of been lackluster.
Bucky
The only
Irvin's
thing that's been consistent is the running game.
Yeah, Bucky Irvin's been hurt all year. what's his name? White is the leading rusher for him on the year, and Sean Tucker there's getting some carries. But I still think Carolina, though. I really do. I think they're gonna get that win to move on and
I don't think Tyler's going to take our advice for his bets. I
now
think he's gonna.
probably
He's
not.
gonna. No, he's
He
he's sitting
wants
there shaking his head, and
he
No,
you
I
know,
wants
like I
hey,
like when I'm the only guy because I pick up a win against three people.
yeah. There we go. All right, the next
yeah,
one.
like we've ever followed through on all of that over the last several years.
Right, yeah. I think I did well last year, but I guess we have the video we could go see. Tyler was down there, I think, in the beginning, I think,
He
last
was.
year. Anyway,
He was.
we can pull it up.
Make
So
make it. Go ahead.
we'll make the clips.
I don't remember at all.
I got the videos still, so we can do that. All right, on to the next one. This is I'm a little more interested in this game. And again, back when Mitch was here, everybody's like, "Oh, it's cute." Mitch is a big Seahawks fan, but this is different, man. This is the Hawks. This is San Francisco. Tyler, I'm going to have you go first here. Seattle's favored by a point. Over under is 49.5.
So
What do we
what's the
think?
advantage of winning this game? What do they gain?
Number 1 seed, rest for the first round bye, and home for everything.
Oh, so they do. Okay.
Now this is it.
So
This should have been.
Chargers in Denver. I didn't get that deep in my
No,
deal. Chargers
that-
in
and
Denver
that
is
one's-
nothing. So
it's just two
So
playoff teams.
anyways, here's my deal on this. My concern is for Seattle, unfortunately, is McCaffrey, and the reason why is from what I remember, Seattle's a 3-4 defense, and their strong safety, not just their starter but their backup, is in big trouble. And what does the strong safety do in a 3-4? They fill the hole on the backside if that comes that way, and they set the edge on the strong side, and then they cover tight ends and running backs. And just with McCaffrey's ability to do so many things, I don't even know who their third string strong. They don't even list their third string strong safety. That is not a position, especially with mentality. You can turn a cornerback into a free safety for a game. You can turn a guard into a center or vice versa. You don't turn anyone in the world into a strong safety. And you have McCaffrey. So you're crucial in run stop. You're crucial in setting the edge. And you're crucial in guarding the tight end or the running back, depending on formation out of the backfield. And I think that is a huge problem for Seattle right now, being down their first two strong safeties in a game against McCaffrey. And for that reason alone, I give a significant advantage to San Francisco, because what is an NFL coach or OC or DC if they're not about scheming personnel and taking advantage of weaknesses when they present themselves, right? And that's a big problem that they have right now, a huge problem that people probably aren't talking about besides football nerds, but that's a problem for Seattle. And I'll give San Francisco the advantage, as much as I hate to say that with Rob sitting next to me.
So are you the
San Francisco.
Okay, so is Imiyori, is he not playing? Are they down?
Well, I was
with
looking through all
safeties?
their depth. I was looking through all their depth charts and all the different things, and they said the first two guys is strong safety. One was, I think, out, and one was questionable. So that's an issue.
Because Imiyori played last weekend against the Rams. He missed the game before that, but he played last week.
Well,
And I know Julian Love just came back last week as well. So, anyway, Rob, go ahead with this one.
Okay. Well, you okay there, Tom?
Yeah.
All right.
Not sure what the hell it was.
Okay. All right. Well, Tyler took one spot out of my analysis on the Seahawks secondary. Good points, by the way. I actually do agree with you on all of that. That's a tough one to replace for the Seahawks. The Niners have been banged up pretty much the entire year. They're going to come into this game Saturday night banged up. Trent Williams has a hamstring issue. This is the first one of his career, so we're not too sure how he's going to be able to handle that. So he is one of the main cogs on the offensive line. That opens up the hole for Christian McCaffrey, who, by the way, he had his back tighten up again during the Bears game. Do I see both of them playing? Yes, I do. Mostly why? The advantages. You win this game, you get a week off. That gives everybody some rest. The Niners are a team that really could use that rest. If they lose to the Seahawks, it is very conceivable they hit the road, probably against Carolina, and they're going to be an underdog, and it might be one and done. And I hate to say that as a Niner fan, I really do, but the injuries are still piling up. They're just continuously getting, battered. It's the second, third string practice squad. We picked up a guy from the stands. I'm surprised they didn't pick up the guy with the green hair that got DK Metcalf suspended for 2 weeks. Um, so George Kittle is back. That's a good thing for Brock Purdy, who's had two phenomenal weeks
Purdy's looking
running
pretty
the offense.
right
Huh?
now.
What?
Purdy's looking pretty purdy.
Yes, he
Purdy's
does.
looking pretty
Everyone's
purdy.
calling him the system quarterback.
Oh no, we're not
Definitely
doing
not.
that system quarterback mumbo
He's not.
jumbo. Really?
He's
You
not.
know who was the system quarterback, Robbie? I'm gonna
Steve
give you.
Young.
I'm gonna give you one name. One name that you guys were touting for years. Russell Wilson. What happened to him?
He didn't have
System
the
quarterback.
yeah. He
System
didn't have
was
the
the
quarterback.
system.
He's done. He's
Well,
done.
so was
So
Steve Young, right?
no, Steve Young was
And
not.
by the way, you came at me like I was talking crap.
He,
I
no,
wasn't.
he was defending Purdy. Actually,
I was defending him. Everyone was saying he was, and I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad, Robbie.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
bad.
Maybe he is. You know what? Maybe he is.
We need this. We need this banter here. Now this is better. This.
Yeah,
way.
wait a minute. No,
Yeah.
no. All right, my bad. Excuse me for that. I'll tell hey, I make a mistake. I'll erase it. That's fine. That's cool. But I still think Wilson's a system quarterback. But anyway, but no, Purdy has literally taken. He's been, when he's been healthy, he's turned, that Niner offense into an absolute juggernaut, and the Seahawk defense. It's been good. It's been, bend don't break, and we saw in the beginning of the year. I mean, I know week one is not a good indicator of how week 18 is going to go, but Purdy actually did quite well against the Seahawk defense in week one. Yeah, I see the Niners winning this, getting the number one seed because I'll be honest with you. I think the motivation to be able to stay home between now and the Super Bowl and having that opportunity is probably the overriding motivation.
All right. All right. My turn. So, I look back at week one against the 49ers, and you look at the Rams game. That's the other game they lost, and Tampa Bay. Their 3 wins or 3 losses. Total of 8 points in those 3 games. A total of 8 points against the Rams down in L.A. They had the worst game they could ever play in a year, with Darnold throwing 4 or 5 picks, and they were a field goal away from winning that game. The thing about it is this team just doesn't stop. It's going to be a close game. It's not going to be there's no way it's going to be a runaway. The nice thing that if they lose, they're 8-1 on the road. So it's not like they can't play on the road. And you're right. I think whoever wins is going to play the winner of Tampa Bay, Carolina. I think that's where that's going to go for round one. And so that part of it, I'm not worried if they go on the road. They'll be able to take care of business. McDonald's done a fantastic job with his crew as well. Defensively, they've got guys flying everywhere. And DeMarcus Lawrence, who is this guy? I mean, he had disappeared in Dallas, and he is doing it. And the big dog, what's his name? Williams?
Yeah.
they're doing it, and they're getting the turnovers when they need them. Um, Zach Charbonnet will go pick up a ball in the end zone, and then the 2 point conversion will be given to him because of the backwards pass. A lot of things happen, man, and they've battled every game, even as bad as they played. They're always still in the game, and I think they're going to go into this because they're getting a lot of love around the nation now. People have been talking about them for months, and but I think they could do it. I think it's going to come down. It's going to be a one possession game, and I could see them pulling it out to get the win. I think it would do the best, obviously, to get that week off and have every game at home. But I'm not afraid of them being on the road, though. So I'm going to say Seattle, but we'll see what happens. Robbie.
So I'm gonna branch off of what Tyler said when it comes to the safety stuff. Um, so Eamon Wari is questionable,
He is
but he
okay.
practiced in a limited uh, capacity today. We have Julian Love, Quandre Diggs is back, and we have Kobe Bryant.
Bryant, I think, is
I
out, though, right now, isn't he?
It doesn't say he's out.
Okay.
It
Okay.
just says questionable.
Okay.
Oh no, I had it flipped. Kobe Bryant's the one that's questionable. Eamon Wari's fine.
Oh, okay. Good.
So, yeah, I think the safety stuff will be fine. They just got to figure out who's better and whatever they're going to be playing against in their schemes. But I just, with how Brock Purdy's been playing, though, this kind of put a little bit of doubt in my head. Like, we cannot have what happened this past week with Carolina if we want to win this game. We cannot be 3-3 going into halftime, or what was it?
Yeah.
Was it 3-3? We can't have
3-3.
that.
I think it was 3-3 late into the third quarter, wasn't it?
Something like that.
I mean, it was actually distressing to watch. It's like, wait a minute, what's going? I even was thinking, what's going on? Because Carolina is good, but what was going on on the other side of the field?
Right.
You
Yeah.
can't have
We just can't have that if we're going to hang in with the Niners, because they're going to score, and they can score one play. So I do think this is going to be a close game. How close? I have a 2-point difference here.
Okay.
I think Seattle take it, like kind of like what you were saying with the Charbonnet pickup a ball for a 2-point. I have it 36-34.
Oh, boy, a lot of points. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Host Tom, would you let me chime back in one final
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
That's good to hear the safeties are in better situations than I thought, but you look at games and you look at the players and how you have to defend them, or you look at certain positions and the impact players, right? That's why I was looking at what type of defense and who's their strong safety. Oh, shit, they're both hurt is what I saw. But the other thing that I'm worried about is Sam Darnold. It was just no, hold on. I'm going to give him a lot of credit. I was just watching the game the other night, and they said statistically, he's like the best quarterback in the last 2 years, or one of them, right?
Right.
But yet, there's that gut feeling about, was he our franchise guy and not sticking with him after that great season, right? And why did they let him go versus the Purdy pixie dust magic that you kind of that's kind of going around this last draft pick kind of guy. And there's something about Sam Darnold that bright lights, big city, him versus Purdy. I don't know. There's a reason why they let him go and didn't build the franchise around him after that year. He's a manager of the game. That's great. But look at the greats that win Super Bowls, they're playmakers. And Purdy's a playmaker. And I'm still not sure Darnold's a playmaker versus just a manager with a good team. And that's a position that I think also, regardless of the stats in the last year, When it comes down to the fourth quarter, when he says you can't have 3-3 late in the third, no, because then it's about making plays in a short amount of period of time. I give that to Purdy. I just do for some reason.
Yeah. No, and I could see that. Yeah. You know, the biggest thing, the nicest thing for me, that what I'm the most confident about, they haven't given up a 100-yard runner all year. They still
Yeah,
haven't.
you
The
got
whole year
defense.
they
You
have
got
not.
defense for
Yeah, they
sure.
have not done that, and that's something that McCaffrey has always killed them. Before that, Frank Gore would just gore the Seahawks defense, and that's what always just beat them. And I could see just even the emphasis on McCaffrey, and hopefully he's healthy. I mean, that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see him be out there and be at his best, and have it just be a really good game. And hopefully they show up to play. I was going to say something because I thought the Sam Darnold thing may come up, and you didn't go there with it. Um, but at the same time, yeah, there's been a lot of what I like about this team, though, is that very first game, the Rams game, when he had his worst game by far of the year. 3 or 4 defensive guys got up afterwards talking to the press and saying, he's our guy. We have all the trust in the world in this guy. And you can say that all you want. But as adamant as like an Ernest Jones was during that interview, of just almost like, hey, get off him, man. You can say what you want, but we're the reason we're winning. He's the reason we're winning in these games too, though. I mean, he is doing the job. Yes, he makes some decisions I look at and go, really, Sam? Is that what you really wanted to do there? Going into the end zone, you want to throw that pick? No. So hopefully that gets limited, and defenses can just it's picked them up all year. And that's what the Seahawks. That's how they won in the past. It wasn't Russell Wilson. It was never Russell Wilson. It was the defense. That's what did it. So
In the run game, yeah.
all right.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Just real
Rob's
quick on
turn.
this one. Yeah, sorry. I
No,
just
you're
want to
good.
add I just want to add this real quick. If the
Yeah.
Seahawks, if their emphasis is basically keeping McCaffrey under 100, keeping him from really establishing the game, I think the Niners will take that because they know they
Sure.
can go to Purdy, they can go to him throwing to Kittle, Jennings. They can throw to McCaffrey out in the out on the wing. They got Robinson out there as well too. Honestly, it's now pick your poison for the
Sure.
Seahawks. You
Oh
want to
yeah.
stop? You want to stop McCaffrey going 100 yards on the ground? Be their guest. Be their guest because Purdy, right now, I mean, 10 touchdowns total to only 1 turnover, and that was the start of the Chicago game. Last week. On Sunday. After that, that's 5 touchdowns again. He's done that. He's now done that 2 weeks in a row. His momentum is absolutely flying. I think the Niners will absolutely take that. Sure, you shut down McCaffrey. You go right ahead. Purdy, do you mind making this 35-6 at halftime? It could easily be that. So the Seahawks, yes, their defense has been very good. Absolutely. But if they decide to go one and not the other, it's in either direction, it's gonna
If
hurt.
they have to load the box to do it, create one on
Right.
ones and a strong
They
safety guard and Kittle or whatever,
they
they got a
blitz.
problem.
They rush 4. That's all they rush.
Yeah,
They
I don't
blitz
think
three
they'll
or
need
four
to.
times. 3 or 4 times a
That's
game, and that's all they do.
It's
So
impressive.
this is not Chicago's defense that they're playing against, though.
Chicago's defense
you-
wasn't bad either.
Oh,
But you
come
can't
on.
see that. But hold on.
The
Yeah,
turnovers is the only thing they did, though.
Sunday
Turnovers.
night was an anomaly. Really, honestly, it really was. I've not seen. Come on.
Well,
Chicago
and San
is not-
Francisco's defense has hurt
I
as
am,
well.
I am just, yeah, absolutely, an anomaly. I mean,
Yeah.
7-7, 14-14, 21-21, 28-28, 35-35, 38. What was it?
Yeah. No, that's
42-38. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I don't see that type of game. I really
No,
don't.
it should
I
not
don't-
be.
I don't think it's. Yeah, I'm. We'll see.
And that's a Niner victory if it turns into a shootout.
Let's hope not. Just
That's
put it on Jason Myers' foot at
and-
the end. That's all we need. Just a field goal at the end to win it.
That's not bad. Tyler's looking up at me like, trying to roll
I'm
eyes.
looking up.
No, no,
I'm
no.
looking up. I'm looking up at my mother.
Oh,
No, I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean,
can't do
seriously,
that.
if Seattle wins this game, it's not going to surprise me either. Do
yeah,
I think the Niners are going to win? Sure.
yep,
Absolutely, I do. I think, they're at home. They have some strong motivation to stay home. But if the Seahawks happen to do it, you know what? This has been the modus operandi for these two teams over the last 5, 6, 7 years.
sure, sure.
You know, that's fine. I get it. It's that's the
Apparently,
NFC West.
I'm keeping up the. What? Where did Jerry Seinfeld's dad, Morty? Where was he in Florida? Where he was the HOA president? El Boca Vista.
El Boga Vista, yes.
I think I'm keeping up El Boca Vista down here.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Chargers,
see what
Denver.
happens. Hey, I still think the NFC West is going to have a say in no matter who comes out of the NFC.
Yeah.
These three teams are
Oh,
going to be the
absolutely.
best teams in here. So
Well, I think you know what? To be honest with you, I'm a lot less hopeful on the Rams. I mean,
Yeah.
that was not a game that they
no,
they should have lost. That should have been a nice, comfortable road win. And yeah, Stafford reverted back to Detroit Lions form.
It's on my notes.
There you go. There, thank you.
and Atlanta came to play. That's the thing.
And Atlanta was
came to
very
play.
good. Yes,
They
Atlanta
have
was
some
very
talent.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we'll move on. These won't be near as long, I'm sure. We got the Chargers at the Broncos. Again, not a huge game for going to make a difference for anything, other than Denver can still wrap up the number one seed with a win here. Denver's favored by 12.5, which is a huge number. 49.5 over under. Rob, I've got you first on this one.
I don't have much on this one either. I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
you know what? The Broncos, Denver has basically been probably one of the top teams in the AFC all season. The Chargers have been, helter-skelter. I mean, up and down, up and down, up and down. I mean, they get a little momentum. They lose two in a row. It's tough to see what Charger team you're going to see on that night, on Sunday afternoon. So, I mean, the Denver's got, again, it comes down to motivation. It comes down to you're at home. You got a chance to where you can stay home. You know what? That is a key to success in the NFL. Staying home and not having to worry about any of the logistics. Everything's familiar. I think it should be a comfortable, not necessarily comfortable because this is a rivalry game right at the end of the year, but I think the Broncos will clinch up the number one seed there.
All right, I'm next on this one. I'm going to agree with you. I've got a cousin in Denver, Kenny. I'm going to pick this one for you. Hopefully they can get there, and hopefully in February, Seattle and Denver will have a little get together, and hopefully it ends the same way that it did the last time they played in February. But yeah, I think Denver's probably going to take this one as well. Robbie?
Yeah, I got Denver as well. Keep it short and simple.
So the Chargers are one of those teams, just like Rob was saying,
Yep.
though. Which version's going to
version?
show up? So, how about you, Tyler?
Yeah, I don't. You pick for me. I just have. blah,
The Chargers. He's taking the Chargers.
He's going to take, yeah.
blah 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 blah. Don't
Blah.
get anyone hurt. And whatever. The interesting thing about these games, though, when it's don't get anyone hurt and you sit people out, I was thinking about this, and I don't know their personnel well enough, but when Devontae Adams was out last night, right? Let's say the Rams were the Chargers, and this was a nothing game. You would want him out again, even at $8 million a year, but with $4 million in potential bonuses, right? And then you have a rift between players and coaches on, I just need to get over the hump to get that guap, right? And so the interesting thing about this game to me is because it doesn't matter, they're both in it. and they're both going to playoffs. I don't see any advantage of winning it for anyone, is there? I think it's one of those deals that there could just be some little seeds of discontent in locker rooms that none of us would ever see based on bonuses, which is a reality of the NFL that you don't look at the last couple games of the year. That's the only thing I would have is I would like to see some of those incentive bonuses and where some of those guys are with a game left to go in the year because those guys want to play where their coaches don't want them to. But otherwise, there's no interest in this game. We'll go down.
Okay. All right, and the last one, Sunday night, huge matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore favored by 3.5. 40 is the over/under line. And I'm going to take Pittsburgh in this one just because I'd like to see that story end that way. I'd love to see Pittsburgh get into it and go from there. So, Robbie?
No, that's not going to happen that way. If Baltimore did what they did last week, there's no chance that Aaron Rodgers retires a happy person. So I'm going to take Baltimore here.
Did a few weeks back, Tomlin's contract was up for renewal or whatever. What happened with that?
I don't think
Did he re-sign or is he done at the end of this year?
No, I don't think anything's happened with it yet.
Okay.
No.
Okay. It's this year, though.
It is this year, yes.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to have it be a mutual agreement or something possibly to move on. I mean, he's done all he can do there. I mean,
and he's the longest tenure coach in the NFL anywhere, right? So
yeah, right now
it would almost be weird to see him go somewhere else. And I don't think anyone would really want him. I'm not saying he's bad. He's not.
Oh, I would. Before when Carroll was still there, I would have taken Tomlin in a heartbeat for crying out loud.
Yeah. Anyways, who's up? My bad. Sorry, I just didn't know if they made that decision.
It's you,
well,
Tyler.
I remember how bad Baltimore started. What were they, 1-5? But isn't Jackson questionable for this game? And how bad is it? I don't really know what the injury was. I didn't see last week.
He had
a
bad contusion.
Yeah. Lamar is still one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and I know it hasn't been his year like anyone, like all these. It hasn't been Kermit the Frog's year out at KC either, but I guess what I love about KC being out is you remember a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, I said we're going to see Lamar, Allen, and Kermit for years to come. And it's just keep going Kermit's way. Well, now he's out of the deal. And I know they're only 8-8, but look at the record with him versus without him. Henry is outstanding, but clearly he's not without the counter of Lamar's feet and ability because they were 1-5 when they were just trying to play the Henry game, right? Early in the year. So Baltimore's not done. I wouldn't look at their record like they're a 500 team. I would wash 5 of those losses away. And so long as he's healthy, they got a shot. And you know, he's a guy that can do a lot on his own, but that puts him at a lot of risk. But I have Baltimore. I you know, and the other thing about Pittsburgh, I'm so tired of watching the game retire. Don't. He's had kind of a good season, but look what his season is. He goes out and he goes 17 for 26, one touchdown, 0 picks, sometimes 2 and 0 picks for 173 yards. And he just when it's not there, he knows the game so well. When it's not there, he throws it to where no one can ever pick it off. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's an outstanding manager of the game. but he doesn't have the team to win it, or they'd be better than 9-7 with never turning the ball over, and he doesn't have the ability to make big plays and win playoff games anymore. Rodgers doesn't. He's just not dynamic enough. And like Robbie said, I think it's going to be boring, go off into the sunset and be some weird guru or whatever the hell you think you are, and ought to be okay with that.
Darkness retreats.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Rob.
Well, Rodgers. I mean, probably for. I mean, this has got to be the only reason why the NFL decided to flex this into this spot was to see if Rodgers can, can cowboy his way into the postseason one last time. And unfortunately, with DK Metcalf losing his mind, and this is a legitimate point, the rest of the receivers that he has, he's got one or two tight ends he can throw to, and that's it. He's
Yeah.
got supporting, Q3, Q4, wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4, wide receiver bench, options out there. He doesn't have the guys to do it, and Pittsburgh's gonna have to rely on Warren. They're gonna have to rely on Gainwell. It's and that just plays right into Baltimore's strength. I mean, Baltimore's defense loves to take a running game and shove it right back into the opposition's faces. So Baltimore, I mean, honestly, I think because I hate the East Coast bias so much, I'm hoping Baltimore blows Pittsburgh out by halftime, so that the ratings goes right into the toilet. But
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. Baltimore's going to have a nice game, and they're going to be comfortably ahead all the way through. So Baltimore wins the AFC North, and Rodgers will have to, figure out, where he's going to get his ayahuasca and his psychedelics.
How many years in a row has Rodgers coyly just hinted that I don't have enough talent? 4? 4 years in a row?
At least,
5 years in a
because,
row? Going back to Green Bay?
Green Bay
I
was the
just
last
don't
two
have the
Yeah.
hosses. The arrogance of I
Mhm.
don't have the guys when they're good enough to be in the NFL, while other quarterbacks turn out people like Cooper Cup from Eastern Washington and turn him into somebody's. I don't think anyone rallies around this guy. It's time to go.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, Tyler. I really do. He doesn't make his teams around him better. I mean, I'm actually discounting his one abbreviated year with the Jets. And then all of a sudden the Jets decide, hey, let's bring all of Aaron's friends in here. Let's see what we
Right.
can do. And they won, what, 4 games?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, Aaron hasn't made a team better in at least 5, 6 years. So
He doesn't hurt them, but he
no,
doesn't
that's
give
it.
them an edge. He doesn't
That's
give them a belief.
absolutely. I cannot agree with you more. Seriously, I can't. It's really frustrating, and it's what. Bye. Please. Goodbye. And we thought Brett Favre's dalliances with retirement was irritating. Rodgers has basically said, "Hold my
Hold my beer.
hold my peace pipe, hold
Yeah,
my
there we
peace
go.
pipe."
The guys would still play for Favre.
Oh, absolutely, they did. Yes,
Yeah,
they loved Favre. Favre was a player's quarterback.
yeah.
Yeah, what scares me is I have a feeling Lamar Jackson's not going to play either. I think it's going to be the old school from 20 years ago, 10-6 game or something that's going to end up happening with this one.
Who do they have? Tyler Huntley and
Tyler
who?
Huntley.
Yep.
He's not
Yep.
that bad, but
Tyler
he's
Huntley,
but
Cooper
yeah, but then
Rush.
again, he's not Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson. So,
Robbie, who was the other
yeah.
guy?
Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
I'll probably play.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I will say,
Jackson's-
if Tyler Huntley plays, Derrick Henry had that game.
Yeah. Yeah, he could.
So
He could.
Yeah.
He very well could. All right, so that is the games for this week in the NFL, the meaningful games at all. Now I just have a quick little contender or pretender. I'm going to go through 8 names in each of the AFC and the NFC, and just let me know if you think they are a contender to get into the Super Bowl or a pretender. In the AFC, New England.
Oh, contender.
Contender?
Pretender. Too easy of a
Pretender.
schedule. Too easy of a schedule.
Tyler?
They're a contender.
Yeah. I think they are a contender as well, actually.
All right,
Buffalo?
I'll lone wolf that. I'll lone wolf that. I'm okay with that.
Buffalo. Josh Allen's chance?
Which version
Yeah.
of Buffalo? are you
Which
talking about?
version of Buffalo are we going to see?
Here we go. Yep, that's the same thing.
Well, I can guarantee what you're not going to see against them is like the 14-second comeback and crap like that because Kermit's out. So
Yep.
this could be just the right time.
It's their chance. It really is. It's really their first best chance.
And like I said about playing for somebody, do they really have that much talent? I know old Shakir played at Boise State, and some of these guys. It's not like they're loaded with a bunch of playmakers, but
No,
you
a
got
good
Josh
running
Allen,
back.
baby.
Throws the ball to tight ends well. But it's Josh Allen. If they're going to win, it's Josh Allen.
But still make him a contender.
Contender.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would think
contender.
so. Yep. Pittsburgh. If they make it.
No, pretender.
Pretender.
No.
Baltimore, if they make it.
Which version again?
No, because I don't think they're going to have a full strength Lamar Jackson.
I don't think
For
so either.
me,
Yeah,
I
but
think
look
they've
at-
been
look
a
at-
pretender for a while. Their defense hasn't been good enough to really
Yeah,
push
it's
them
been
forward.
bad.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say
This is a
pretender.
good. Next one's a good story. Jacksonville.
Ooh,
Trevor's been playing really well.
8 straight wins. 8 straight wins. And I'm going to go back because you didn't get me on the record. I'm still going to
Oh.
put contender. I'm still going to say contender for the Ravens because at
Okay.
any moment you can rattle off wins like they've last 3 years. How many losses have they had? And now Jacksonville has 8 straight wins and Houston has 7 straight wins. You never know, but I got to give Jacksonville and Houston their due love. They're both contenders.
Both contenders. Okay, that's
I
actually
agree. I agree with that too. Absolutely,
Yeah,
especially
I'll give
Jacksonville, the
them
way Trevor Lawrence
Yeah.
has played, and
Yep.
boy, that Houston defense is so good.
Aren't they?
Oh,
Though?
it's so
Man.
good.
Best in the
I'm
NFL.
glad Seattle played.
Absolutely.
I'm glad Seattle played them when they did. So, yeah, that's the next one was actually Houston, and I think they're definitely a contender as well. They've got enough on offense, and C.J. Stroud's playing well again. And all right, how about Denver?
Contender.
Contender. Contender.
Yeah.
They got to be.
No,
I
no,
mean, you know,
no
they-
hesitation. Yeah,
It's
number
it's
one
a possible
seed.
number one seed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Chargers. Now that's the ultimate which team.
Which team?
It really is. You know,
Pretender.
I really
know
was gonna
Harbaugh
say
can win,
contender,
Rob,
but
your
that's
old coach.
early.
I don't think it's this year though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say pretender this year.
I'm going to say pretender. The real question is Trevor Lawrence, Thor, or Fabio?
All right. How about the NFC? Philadelphia. They got to be a contender. They have to be now.
Yeah.
I mean,
They just haven't shown enough. I don't know. I'll give them
Okay.
contender, but it's
Hey,
that
that defense
which
is
team-
something, though.
Yeah,
That
they are.
defense is something.
You know, there is no clear-cut favorite in the NFC.
There really
I mean,
isn't.
honestly, there's not. There isn't.
I
So
like
you
the
might as
West
well
teams.
take the entire thing. Even the Rams after that, absolute, bullocking
Collapse.
that they got, that collapse. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. I mean, you know what? For me, the entire NFC. They're all contenders because there isn't a clear-cut super team in there, and the AFC is the same way too. It's just anybody. Oh,
Way to make
God,
a
I hate
stand,
saying
Rob.
that. Huh?
Way to make a stance.
I'm gonna make a
Chicago?
stand. I'm making a big
Chicago?
stand. I'm basically saying for the NFC.
Green
yeah.
Bay?
Pretender
Green Bay pretender?
Yeah.
for me.
I think so too. Carolina?
Pretender for me.
I agree. Tampa Bay, if they make it?
Pretender.
Okay, that would be a pretender. Yeah.
Well, they're winning.
Yeah.
They're beating Carolina.
And then we have the NFC
Yeah,
West.
actually, I went with I went with Carolina on the win there. So yeah, I'll take that. That's fine.
All right. And
But
then the
the
rest of
NFC
them are
West-
NFC West, they're all
Three of
I
them.
wouldn't want to play any of them, so
All right, wait, Tyler, hold on. Tyler's got a. Go
Okay.
ahead, dude. Go ahead.
I got someone on the pretender list that everyone's going to go, you're nuts, and they're called the LA Rams. LA Rams
Okay.
are the Gilded Age. Spray paint gold over cheap metal. You wait till they get to what matters. Yes, Stafford won one, and I love Stafford and the way he used to throw it around for 4 touches and 3 picks and 412 when he was at Detroit, and he got it done a few years ago. But
He is an MVP pick this year.
yeah.
He's
But
an
probably
that
will
MVP
was
win
pick
the
with a
this
MVP.
year.
guy on defense that can change the outcome of a whole entire game, Aaron Donald.
yeah, well,
That's not gonna happen.
Verse is getting there, though. That verse is getting there.
I do like the Nakua or what.
Oh, yeah. Puka?
Yeah, here's the deal.
As long as he's not dancing.
I'm not going to go on a rant, but you'll see. Rams are pretenders.
Okay.
Okay.
Can see it.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. There is the statement of the day. The Rams are pretenders.
No, I think
All
the
right.
statement is that Rob actually agrees that the Niners and the Seahawks are contenders. Let's go ahead and just put that in bold letters. You don't see that
Right.
from me very often.
No.
But yeah, anybody. I mean, seriously, anybody out of the NFC, it's going to be an absolute crapshoot. You can almost dartboard them. I think Tyler's got a very good point about the Rams. Tampa Bay is not a contender, but everybody else, this time, the timeline that we live in is already strange enough. Why not throwing into the NFL and put it up for grabs?
Well, and that's it. We've seen flashes from all of these teams at times beating
Absolutely.
good teams.
Yeah.
So that's certainly can happen. So, all right. Well, hopefully we've got a great week of football in front of us, and hoping you guys want to get together for our playoff run again. You guys going to want to
Sure.
get together?
Sure,
For the
why-
playoffs?
yeah.
We'll get your buddy.
I'm getting the Chuck Woolery ready already.
Getting your buddy
The
Steve
2 and 2?
involved and Travis.
All right.
All right.
Well, next Tuesday? I won't be able to do next Tuesday. I'll go ahead and just do
Okay.
it out live here. I can't do next Tuesday. But,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
We'll kind of go from there. I just didn't know what day of the week works better for you. If Wednesdays, I know, Tyler, you got basketball games on Wednesdays. And Thursdays, there won't be any Thursday games anymore because of the playoffs, so that's a possibility. Well, we'll figure that out as we go. So,
Absolutely.
all right. So, on behalf of all of us here and the crew, we wish everybody a happy new year and watch some great football. Hopefully everybody stays healthy. There's been way too many injuries this year in the NFL, and it's just hate to see all that stuff. So, all right, be safe out there. If you're going to drink, don't drive, and if you're going to drive, don't drink. We'll see you.
Make good decisions, everybody. Make good decisions.
Good decisions.
Make good
along the
decisions.
way.
2 and 2, Tyler. 2
Chuck
and 2.
Woolery, and I'm out.
Yep. All right,
Go
bro.
Hawks.
All right, signing off.
Niners.
Go Hawks.
Go Niners.